the most believable cases of alien abductions. Antonio Boas abduction. Antonio Boas claimed that a craft had shone a bright, engulfing light over his family's farm. The light took him and relinquished him back to his home with evidence of having been forced to impregnate an attractive alien female. His experiences left him missing 4 hours of his life. Jesse Long abduction. At only 5 years old, Jesse Long and his brother had been abducted and subjected to painful experiments. Jesse returned to his home with a foreign object in his leg for the next 34 years of his life. When the object was finally surgically removed, it appeared to be a shard of glass. But with further analysis, the compound had resulted in a material completely inexplicable. Abductions continued into Jesse's adulthood. Betty and Barney Hill abduction. This American couple had stopped the car after noticing a moving object near the face of the moon in the night sky, and they could see humanoid figures through the windows of what appeared to be an alien craft. They ended up 35 miles from where they had stopped the car, losing any recollection of the past 2 hours. Betty recalled being shown a star map of the Zeta Reticuli galaxy, which was only discovered several years later. Betty Andreasson abduction. One night, Betty recalls that her alien encounters were able to completely immobilize her family in order to guide her to their ship to perform experiments on her. The aliens insisted that their experiments on her were to prepare for some kind of planetary revelation. Sergeant Moody abduction. Air Force Sergeant Charles L. Moody noticed something odd while watching a meteor shower. A large glowing flying saucer landed in front of his car. Suddenly, he had lost an hour and a half of his life. He was able to recall that the aliens tried to subdue him during a physical confrontation to take him into their vessel and performed experiments on him. Travis Walton abduction. Travis Walton and his fellow loggers were returning home from work when they spotted a fluorescent diamond shape beaming down on a horizon of trees. Walton wanted to investigate and ventured towards the light. The light had lifted Walton 3 feet off the ground and threw him down, causing unconsciousness. Frightened, his friends drove off, leaving Walton to be taken. This story inspired the film Fire in the Sky. The Allagash Waterway abduction. 4 boys had decided to go on a little fishing trip. They were encountered by a large, multicolored sphere of light that engulfed them. Next thing they knew, they all woke up on the shore near the cold ashes of the fire they lit only minutes before. They began to experience similar nightmares, recollecting invasive tests that involved removing bodily fluids. Australian pilot abduction. During a training flight, 20-year-old Australian pilot Frederick Valentich reported an unusual hovering craft with sporadic lights in the sky.
It seems to me there's a large aircraft below 5,000.
His last words were recorded via his radio as,
It's not an aircraft!
He disappeared and no wreckage was ever discovered. Twin girl abductions. Throughout their childhood, Audrey and Debbie reported to have seen foggy, misty blue lights fill their house with gray figures in black capes come to abduct them. Into adulthood, the aliens were taking them to use them as reproductive slaves. The 2 women noticed inexplicable scarring and embryos inside of them that would appear and disappear continuously. Kursan Ilyumtskikov abduction. The former leader of the Republic of Kalmykia in the Russian Federation professed to having been lured from his Moscow apartment in order to tour a spaceship. Ilyumtskikov somehow believes chess was brought to Earth by the aliens, and that if not enough people master the game, the aliens will destroy Earth.